Hi, and welcome to another episode of the Love Me Not podcast with Tiz and Kay. I am Tiz.
And I am Kay. Today we're going to talk about me. What's so funny?
I wouldn't expect it that. That's all. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So this week I had to let one of my employees know that they didn't get a position that they'd been wanting for a long time. And I was feeling a little down and a little out. And I think more or less it was me just in my feelings because I really like this person and not actually looking at the qualities of her work. Not that she's a bad worker, but she just has some things that she has to, work on. And my husband was trying to like talk me down, like, it's okay. It's okay. You guys made the right decision. You picked the right person. And I just, I don't know. I just get in my feelings sometimes, and I I want everybody to succeed, I guess, and not everybody's meant to go to another level. So that's me having to work with them to actually achieve those goals. So just something that I wanted to put out there and say. What are your thoughts?
Well, I just, you take things like that. You want everybody to be in this, what people say happy, which is only a momentary thing for anyone.
Right.
You're happy if your team wins. You're not happy if they lose. So that's a momentary thing. And for, we're a little bit different in that. Like you want, you try to put your best foot forward to make sure, you have 15 people up under you.
Yes.
And there's no way you can take on 15, different, energies and feelings. You just got to say, hey, this is what it is, and move on. I know you being you get involved. And I tell you, don't get involved. Just be the supervisor. Don't get involved, but that's something you're going to do. And then I asked you point blank, did the person deserve it? Did they deserve it? They didn't deserve it. In some ways, yes. Some ways, no. Then probably they let them go ahead and grow because the position was a leadership position.
Correct.
And, so, but, you're going to be you. And
Yeah, I just my heart
yeah,
lies on my sleeve at all times when
yeah,
it comes to my employees, especially if they're good employees. And this person is a really good person. She comes to work. I don't know how many PTO hours she has because she does come to work. She does her job and she's like really thorough. But there's just some like soft skills that she needs to work on, which actually prevented her from getting that position that she wanted. So it is what it is. But I feel better than I did yesterday. So glad about that. So talking about the internet and social media and how it affects young people and older people, how they become so brave behind the scenes, behind the typewriter, and how kids get bullied.
typewriter,
Oh, I'm sorry, the laptop or the
keyboard.
desktop, the keyboard.
Yeah,
I'm going back. I'm
yeah,
showing my
yeah,
age. I'm
yeah,
really
yeah.
showing my age. So, um, just your thoughts on social media and how it affects the younger generation, and like I said, even the older generation.
Well, I don't really know if I'm a fair person to actually judge that. I just can see something because I've never had a MySpace page. I never had a Snapchat, or I've never tweeted. And I think maybe you probably set up a Facebook page for me years ago. I just never did it, posted with it.
Right.
And I just got started doing YouTube about a year and a half ago. And just to be doing this is very unusual for me.
Most
So,
definitely.
but to see our society, and our grandson he comes here, he wants the tablet, the phone, and stuff like that. So we try to get him to read and do some other exercises just to get him away from that. But I think society, social media has made us a little bit more immature as a society. We're doing everything for, not me personally, I'm just saying we as in general. These pranks that I see and these things that you do that are like childish, but they've been done by people who are 40, 50, 60 years old. So yes, for children, I think it's terrible, but for us too, I think we kind of regressed. But I do know that there was a thing on the radio this morning. I listen to sports radio a lot, and it was speaking on social media. That was a suicide with children, like between 10 and 15, something like that. There was a definite increase in suicide rates from like 2007 on up to now. So I think that plays a role in it. Nothing that I've seen from, you can't really make that significant, say it's significant, that it's actually true. But,
Right.
it's just,
Now you hear it more in the news now
yeah.
because we do have social media, and there are people who, like I said, just post for likes. And like you said, they bully kids online, and it's just a sad
And I
situation.
hear that I've always said, well, just turn it off. But I don't do social media. So it must not be as easy as I say because I don't do it.
They're addicted.
Yeah, it has to be.
It's an
It
addiction.
definitely has to be.
It's definitely an addiction.
I've even said to you, I thought you were addicted.
At one point,
I thought I said, man, you have to see that. I was like, what? But I didn't do it, so I don't know. I don't get it. So, and like I said, this is new to me, so I'm not really. I don't know if I can be a fair judge, but I do know just by being on this. Just
I think you're addicted to YouTube.
I like YouTube. I do like YouTube. I like to see the cops. I like to see people screaming for I know my rights, and then they go into jail in handcuffs. I think the shit's hilarious, man. But anyway,
Yeah. So,
my son just put me on it like a year and a half ago. I had no idea.
yeah.
I knew I'd heard of it, but I never did it. But now, yeah, I got to watch a little YouTube every day.
Yeah.
At least about 30 minutes. I try to limit myself between that and Lauren Lake. But
Well, speaking of my job, I'm the one who works in the. Well, both of us work, but I'm the main breadwinner, so to speak, and you are my house husband.
yes,
and
proudly.
I actually really enjoy that. And when my grandson comes and you're with him, you realize what I went through having little boys in my house, having to cook, play with, engage, take them to school. You know what it feels like now to be a housewife, but you're a house husband. How do you feel about gender roles and the turn that it's taken? Because you see so many women going back to work, and you see men becoming house husbands.
Well, for me, I'm good. It just depends on the guy. I, you know, early on in our marriage, I was the breadwinner. I wanted her to stay home and just watch the kids, start our own business, go to school. Any of that just did not. I don't think both parents should work outside the house. If you have children, that's just my feeling. But anyway, and she knew it. And my plan was at 45, I want to retire from working for someone else, and I was able to do that. I think I was 46 or 47 when I actually did it. But I'm semi-retired. I do work, I do hustle, but I'm independent, so I do make money. Now, what I think for me makes me feel better about the situation is I do make money. I do pay the mortgage. I pay insurance for the cars, and I pay our solar panels. She pays all the utilities, which I'm good with. I do my part, but in the meantime, I do the laundry. I do 90% of the cooking,
Yes,
all the laundry,
all the laundry.
all the yard work, and stuff like that. But that's a trade-off for the peacefulness that I have, that I don't have to work for anyone. I don't have to tell anybody that I'm not coming to work overtime, because I'm not at this point in time. I don't want to climb. I was a cable guy for years. I'm not going to climb any more ladders unless it's just I'm in dire straits. I'm not going to do those things. I'm just going to hustle for myself. So I'm good with the trade-off that she went to school. I probably was on her all the time. Go to school, go to school, go to school, start a business, because this is a time in our lives that I want to enjoy. The kids are gone. It's just us, so we can go out every night if we wanted to. And and for me, I can wake up at 2 a.m, make sure I make her breakfast, pack her lunch, drop off at work. I can come back home, I make my money, go to my studio, do what I want to do, go back, pick her up. I'm good. And so I'm good with it. Again, it depends on the man and what he does. If I didn't make any money, I would probably feel a little less than
Yeah,
myself.
but I think it helps too that I have really early hours.
Yes.
I'm off
Yeah.
by 1 o'clock in the
Yeah.
morning. I mean, in the afternoon, and we have apps the whole day. I can come home, take a nap if I chose, and we can go have
She's
have date night, and that's what we're gonna talk about next.
well, just she has a really good. She's a supervisor, 15 employees up under her. There's only like a couple people above her really, and she has a really good job. She's really chill for her. She works hard. She's good at what she does. I'm very impressed with her leadership skills. I didn't know she had that, but to hear her in her meetings the days she works from home, I'm really impressed. So kudos to you. But
Thank you,
anyway,
babe.
go
Yes.
ahead.
Thank you.
That's so cheesy, but I like
I
that.
like that. Oh, so date night. We didn't have date night.
Not last night. Yeah.
It poured.
Yeah.
It was thundering and lightning. We were gonna go out after I got off work yesterday, but it just started early. It started early, and we just decided to be at home. Was no date night, and that's okay because we are trying to save our money, trying to recoup from our actual remodel.
Yeah.
Yes, but
No.
just happy. We didn't have to go anywhere. We enjoyed each other's company.
Yeah.
After you woke up from your
Yeah.
nap.
I took a nap. It was
Yeah,
storming,
and
so I
I
went to
stayed
sleep.
up. I stayed up the whole time. I think because of the energy drink that I drank.
Yeah, it could have been.
Yeah. So I was up, and it was okay. It was okay. So when we go out to different places, I notice men do not open up the doors for their wives. They're not holding their hands. They're not, letting them in the doors to their cars, things like that. But that's something that you have done for me from the beginning. You have even taught that to the kids and my grandson, who will come and open the door for grandma. And I just think that there's so many people in this world men in particular, who do not, I'm not going to say worship, but actually care to do that for their wives anymore. And I just think that that's something that should be brought back. And I see people looking at us sometimes when he lets me in the car and closes my door. And I just think that that's something that most men should be doing for their wives if they really, truly love them. What are your thoughts?
Yeah. For me, it's more. I think I told you just more of what I would want for my. It's like if I want my wife to have a lot of money. My wife to have everything so whatever I can do to make that. That's what I have to do. And be respected, feel like the best thing in the world.
Mm-hmm.
The thing about it is, in our world now, things are hard.
Yes.
Girls are hard. And if a man wanted to open the door, some women will get offended. If a man said ma'am, or women get offended. It's really respect. And the reason it's like that because I think women have lost a lot of respect. The music, everything has just made them not love themselves. And then when a man doesn't love them, it's okay because that's just what
We knew that anyway.
dudes do. And I just
Right.
think that it's because the culture in our world has become so hard. Women became so hard, probably because of men who've done wrong, left them with babies, or did whatever it may have been, and the women just stopped trusting and stopped wanting, to feel vulnerable to a man. In this case, we've been together for over 3 decades, so she has a right to feel vulnerable with me. But I just think hopefully women can get to the point where they allow us to be soft with them. Matter of fact, quick side note: this morning, listening to Ricky Smiley and Eve, they played a little snippet of something Eve was saying how she has a soft girl life, and I think all women should have a soft girl life. Who wants to? I don't know why you would want to really, struggle. Why would you want to do that? And why would you not want the man to respect you and worship you? And you say that's most of y'all say that's what you want, and if you get it, you got to accept it. And I just think at the end of general, just we need to soften just a little bit, and hopefully we'll see what happens.
We'll see, and we'll see what our kids continue to do, and hopefully our son, our grandson, will grow up to open the door for his mom or his girlfriend or wife. So I hope that it continues in our line anyway. I'm not worried about anybody else's, but in our line, I want that to continue.
I agree. Once again, it's a twofold thing. The woman has to be a little soft to accept
And
it
want
and
it.
be vulnerable, and the man got to show her that she can be vulnerable with him,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not a bad thing just to you know want to love on her.
Exactly. One more thing. What is your like favorite dessert?
My favorite dessert is banana pudding because that's what I grew up on. My grandmother basically raised me by herself, and she banana pudding was the thing that she would do. She made sweet potato pies too for
For
Thanksgiving and
church.
Christmas, and sometimes you go take them to the church. I like sweet potato pie, just not. I'm good with it. I can walk by it all day. Not a big deal. You give me a banana pudding with the custard that's homemade, and if it's good and right balance, I'm gonna be all right with that.
How do you rate mine?
It's number one. And just like I said, it's just banana pudding. What's yours?
I would have to say that my favorite dessert is probably either a chocolate cake, which my grandmother used to make a absolutely amazing one. I wish that I was able to replicate her chocolate frosting, or a let's see, I would say a caramel cake. Caramel
You do
cake.
get one of those.
And I do like my lemon pound cake as well.
I
So
like lemon bluebell ice cream. I discovered about a year ago. That's dangerous, my man.
it really
Dangerous,
is. We have
dangerous.
2 gallons outside in
I
our
haven't opened them.
freezer.
Had it for 2 weeks. Haven't opened them at all. Haven't touched them. They
He's
still
been a good
sealed.
boy.
I haven't touched them because I know when I open them, it's like Pandora's box. Oh! But anyway, yeah, banana pudding is definitely it for me.
Yeah, I could say like the chocolate cake is probably mine. That's what I really like. I like texture, so cake is probably my favorite. But that's what I have for
Okay,
this
well,
segment.
thank you all for joining us. And this has been the Love Me Not podcast with Tiz and Kay. And as always, I am Tiz.
And I am Kay. See you next time.